Hi, I'm Luke. I'm a technical SEO from Salient Search Marketing, and in this video I'm just going to explain a little bit about XML sitemaps. An XML sitemap is literally just a big list of pages that you want indexed in Google. So any page that you'd like to be indexed and appear in Google, if you deem it important, then you should add it to your XML sitemap. XML sitemaps can usually be found if you go to a website and look for the robots.txt file. They're usually linked to within here. They're not always, but it's best practice to do so. The reason for this being that web crawlers will visit this robot.txt file when crawling a website just to understand what they can and they can't crawl. So in this instance, we're disallowing like anything with /thank you in it, for example. So a web crawler needs to visit that URL to understand what it can and can't crawl, and while they're there, you might as well add the XML sitemap to that robots.txt file so they can quickly find it. XML sitemaps can also be uploaded to Search Console, and we'll go into that a little bit later. So this is basically what a XML sitemap looks like. So this is an XML sitemap index file, and a sitemap index file is literally just a sitemap for sitemaps. So we've got as you can see, lots of different XML sitemaps linked within this file. If we click through to it, we can see this is what an XML sitemap looks like. It's just a big list of pages. We've got multiple URLs in here, and because this is just related to posts, we've grouped together all the URLs within the Insights folder. So there are posts, also a sitemap for work. So we've just grouped together this basically in the category. So sitemaps can be used to help sort of reinforce the site structure, which is really handy. You can also add some like extra details within XML sitemap. So for instance, in this case, we've got a last modified date. So when you're updating pages on your site, this last mod date will update, and Google will be able to understand that this is a new or this is a fresh page. It's been updated and it may come back and crawl it as a result. It is important to note though that not all websites need an XML sitemap. If your site's small, you may not need it. They're literally only there to help crawlers crawl a site. We're just trying to give a web crawler sort of everything they need basically to crawl it. So you don't need it, but it is sort of recommended, especially if you've got a larger website. In order to submit an XML sitemap, you do so within Google Search Console. So on the left, you can see this tab here, sitemap. And we can see here that we've submitted the sitemap index file. If we click into that, we can see Google has successfully crawled it, and you can see the different sitemaps within there. So again, if we sort of click onto the post sitemap, see that has been crawled when it was last read, and then sort of click through to it, you can see the number of URLs within it. But that's pretty much it. A sitemap is as simple as that, a list of pages on your website, and they're not to be confused with HTML sitemaps, which are just like big lists of pages but in HTML that sit on your website. So these can't be submitted to Google, but they serve a similar purpose. They're also for users as well, so if a user landed on a website and they wanted to look for a specific page, they might look into the HTML sitemap. So that's it with XML sitemaps. That's pretty much all there is to know. It's just a list of pages on your site. I think they're definitely recommended just to help crawlers understand what pages are important on your website.